Hello. This is not going to be one of my normal tongue-in-cheek, funny bullshit videos or one where I'm losing my goddamn mind. I am pretty solid in my state of mind right now. Those of you that follow me on TikTok will have seen a lot of my recent posts. I'm already being called a baby killer and told to just stop and all this other shit by people that are clearly fake accounts. They don't even have videos. They have nothing. But they feel the urge to report my videos, even though I'm, simply stating the truth of the matter. Now, for those of you who say that this Roe versus Wade overturning, along with all the other stuff that they are just passing and, affecting everybody, essentially, is very disturbing and reminiscent of the things that happened in Germany right before the Nazis took over. Now, right now, we are facing a situation. Now, yes, women's rights were just destroyed because the Roe versus Wade was overturned, which is removing the right to privacy for them. And not only that, but is taking away their free choice. Those of you that have wives, daughters, nieces, grandmas, moms, whatever, if you have a female in your life, this affects them, and that in turn affects you. Also, they are going after indigenous people, the Indians, the natives. I'm pretty sure they aren't too happy with the things that were being overturned for them as well. Because SCOTUS also has decided to overturn rights that they had in place for them. The transgender population, as well as the rest of the LGBTQ community. Your rights are being trampled as well, and they are overturning those and are beginning to force schools, as well as counselors or whoever, doctors, to basically out them to their family, if their family does not know. I don't know if you know anybody that's gone through a situation where they are terrified to tell their family because their family is willing to fucking kill them or beat them or kick them out or in any number of ways destroy their lives. I've met several people like that in my life. And quite frankly, it is disheartening to see so many people cheering for this. I don't care what your religion is, because this also affects everybody. It affects all religions. They just passed another law allowing teachers to pray with their students in class, completely negating the whole separation of church and state. Something that I dealt with personally my entire life in school. A situation which resulted in me being harassed on a daily freaking basis, being tortured, and being told I was worthless every fucking day of my life over religious values. This affected my family, and it affected my life immensely. Now, again, a lot of you will say, well, that doesn't affect me. That doesn't affect me. Maybe this will, though. The Border Patrol has just been given pretty much complete autonomy and answer to nobody, and are allowed to use excessive force as they see fit for up to 100 miles from every border. That is every coastal state, every state along the borders of Canada, Mexico, all four sides for 100 miles. So you could also be looking at the fact that they're looking at banning contraception, which a lot of women use not just for, preventing pregnancy, but they also use it for medical reasons. I know people who use it for medicinal reasons because of, female health issues. This is a direct attack on the United States population. We didn't get a say on whether or not this was passed. And state legislators are passing laws that are affecting their entire state and just ripping these rights away from these people. I hear these gun rights activists every fucking day talk about how, oh, well, we have our guns to stand up against a tyrannical government. Then fucking do it, dude. It's right here. You're watching it pan out and you're cheering. Now, I get the mindset of a lot of people saying that it's not their problem because some of us live in, states where those rights have not been destroyed. But for those of the rest of the country, I think it's up to 30 states now are making it illegal. And those states' populations did not agree to that. If you're a conservative, I really want to know what your logic is for taking away all of our rights. Taking away the rights of women. I want to know why. Why it's so important for you to have that kind of control. Because this cult mentality of wanting control over the population, that's not right. And if I know you personally and you have a problem with what I'm saying right now, if you're all for the ripping of rights away from people, male, female, whatever, I don't care what your religion is. I don't give a shit. As long as you're not an asshole to me or forcing your things on me, I don't have a problem with you. Anybody that knows me understands that about me. I don't care what you believe. But you keep your shit to yourself. Just like I'm told to keep my shit to myself. Because you're destroying lives and you are signing people off to die. For what? I mean, hell, some of these laws that have been passed in the past 2 weeks allow the government to take your children. To take them because. And yet, here we are. Y'all are cheering. Do you understand the immense amount of danger our democracy faces? Like every year, conservatives have been chipping away at minor things as far as our rights. I mean, hell, you've seen it. You've seen it. You've experienced it. The police brutality going on. Unfair freaking punishment. Pretty much. There was a KKK rally held not 40 miles from me. And they had police protection. Yet, a peaceful protest in the same state, people were there to attack them. People were assaulting them. And yet the police did nothing. The police were helping them by saying, oh, well, they shouldn't be protesting the way they are. You're supporting Nazis over and white supremacists over people that just want their basic rights. The psychological hoops you have to jump through in order to justify that kind of thought process is astounding. Now, I might not be the brightest bulb. I understand that. I, quite frankly, am very stupid. However, I'm not allowing people to control this. I'm not allowing people to control me. And if you have a problem with the fact that people are standing up for their rights when they're being torn away from them, when cops are being allowed to kill people that aren't even doing anything wrong, there was a black guy shot 60 times. 60. But just the other day, there was a white dude who shot and killed 3 police officers in a shootout, and he was taken in perfectly fine. Y'all don't see the difference there? I don't get it. It was like 20 years ago, everything went to shit. 20 some odd years ago, when Republicans started making rules and laws that never existed before so that they could start winning things. There's another thing on the docket right now that people are horrified at that would basically make gerrymandering legal and up to the states, which means that Republicans could gerrymander as much as they want. There'd be no oversight. I mean, hell, say what you will about Democrats and left-leaning people, but, you know, at least they were trying to be fair about the elections. Do any of y'all see the actual tyrannical side here? Like, seriously? Any of you? Anybody that's thinking about leaving the country, you might want to do it soon. Because if Border Patrol is allowed to do as much as they want, you might be detained simply for wanting to flee to a safer country. America has now begun its descent into a fascist nation. I mean, we've been doing it for decades at this point, but this is the first major step. I mean, hell, you have political officials such as Marjorie Taylor Greene, Trump, you know, people like that, actively stating that they want a violent takeover of things, and when it happens, all of a sudden they don't remember. They don't remember saying anything. Even though we can play the videos for them because they were stupid enough to say it on TV, and yet there's people out there that believe them when they say, oh, well, I don't remember, I didn't say that. Really? I've already had some of my videos taken down for my views on the whole situation. But I want you people to remember, come November and come the next major election year, I want y'all to remember this. If you vote for any of these people that are cheering for our rights to be ripped away, y'all aren't American. There are veterans and soldiers burning their uniforms and their flags because they did not fight and die for for the rights that we were enjoying to be ripped away. I have seen, God, countless videos of soldiers in protest burning their uniforms, veterans burning their uniforms, people who fought and died for this country would be rolling over in their graves if they saw what we were allowing right now. Y'all, this isn't... I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I can't even try to spin this in a funny way. I really can't. I can usually find dark humor and everything, but I can't even find a speck of humor in this. Because pretty soon it's going to be free speech. I mean, hell, it's already happening on a lot of places. They're trying to make protesting illegal, essentially, by taking away our free speech to go against what's happening. And you know how they're doing that? By labeling protesting as a terrorist act. That's how it affects us. We're no longer even allowed to defend ourselves peacefully. So, this country has become a disgrace. And those of you that were celebrating on the 4th of July, what were you really celebrating? There's nothing worth celebrating in this country anymore. It's no longer America. It's no longer the home of the free. It's the home of the caged. We are no longer a country of free people. We are just a country of people living as fucking sheeps. Because as long as we have that thought process of, oh, it doesn't affect me, so I'm not going to worry about it. La 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 la. As long as we have that mindset, then those in power will have control. And quite frankly, it's disgusting how easily a lot of you just fall in line. This is not the time to be falling in line. And I understand that the majority of the video I've been looking over here. But I want you to remember, all of this is one group's fault. And those people are the real animals in this country that should not be in power. They are proving it right now. And if you're one of those people, get off of my friends list. Get away from my page. Get away from anything that involves pro-life. Because quite frankly, what you're doing right now is the exact opposite of pro-life. Because you're resigning so many people to their deaths. I don't fucking care anymore. Y'all preach about the devil while you're walking in his fucking shoes.